Hi, I'm Chris Allen, and I'm a science teacher here at Weberville High School, and I'm in charge of the agri-science program and an FFA advisor. Behind me, you can see our greenhouse and where a lot of our projects in FFA and agri-science are going to be going down. I'm going to be going over a little bit of what those projects are and kind of running a bit of introduction. The greenhouse itself was built in 2006. It was dedicated to Bill Wheeler, man with immense dedication to agriculture and FFA and students in general. A huge pillar of the community. We'll take a look at his dedication plaque over here before we go in. So the barn has got a grow house, a classroom, and a storage area. The classroom's kind of a hub right now for custodial staff to check out, to use for some different projects going on during the summer. The greenhouse is still a little bit messy, so bear with me. But I'll lay out what's going to happen in each of these areas. So here we're coming into the classroom area. Again, we got stuff kind of built up for project work for the staff here. It's a large area, large space. Some storage for our pots. As we come into the greenhouse, we have a ton of area under glass where we can definitely kind of do stuff in mass. Right here is the leftovers of our spring sale. We had a pretty good run. Next year we'd like to build on it a little bit more. These tables here will be removed in the fall and put into storage. And we'll set up 2 chicken pens with 25 chickens each. We'll be going over the broiler contest in a little more detail shortly. In the fall over here, we'll be doing some propagation experiments here in our middle school agri-science program, where students can experiment with different propagation techniques, different plant species, and various media to see what works best and what elements come into play for those. In the spring, we will be working on setting up a scheduling process to grow various sized plants for our spring sale. This last year we just did seedlings and put them into 36 cell flats. Next year we'd like to have more 3-inch pots, some hanging baskets, and part of our agri-science leadership program will be developing a watering system to help make that more efficient and consistent. Sorry. It's warm in here. Our broiler contest, though, is really a high point for the students. They really get invested. It's a very unique experience. Obviously the chickens are live. The kids get to work with those live animals. Some of them have experience with that. Some of them it's completely new. And it's a month-long process as they grow them up. Prior to their arrival, there's going to be a little bit of lecture and exposure to prep them so that they can be effective producers here with the chickens and get them to put on weight and keep them healthy and happy. They'll kind of look at the business costs of bedding and feed, the electricity. Usually that time of year it's getting a little cooler, so we have some heat going, and we'll look at those gas costs. We'll also take a look at labor, and we'll look at man hours and have structures and stuff set up so that we can analyze those. And last year was my first year, so the benefit of this year is that they'll be able to compare their data this year to their data of last year and see that effect. We even have returning students that'll be able to help take care of it and to really have that personal touch. Each week, as the chickens are growing, we're going to reflect on how much feed. We'll go over the process, the data collection, making sure it's organized well and matches the criteria for the contest. And then as it ends, it culminates in a field trip to Munsel's Processing Center where they process the chickens. Definitely a unique experience for a lot of students and any adults that choose to attend. The Afterwards, we return to the classroom in the main building, and while we're there, we'll be breaking down and kind of seeing what went right, what went wrong, what could have been better, what could have been tweaked. And again, the goal is to create a new roadmap for the next year so that returning students and new students can build off the program to continue creating positive results. This experiential learning format is very effective for the students. They get a lot out of this that goes beyond just what typically gets tested for as the students are exposed to these things. It's one of the great benefits of the agri-science program in general in a lot of situations in different schools. So again, my name is Chris Allen. I appreciate you bearing with me in this very warm day, and I hope you have a great day.